could have sworn Can y'all hear me? Cause I could have sworn I was talking, bro, and I guess my announcements didn't work. Cause I couldn't hear it in my stream. Just let me know if my mic is working or not, and I'll continue driving. I just need to know if it works. Like, can y'all hear me or nah? Cause it's showing that there's audio coming from it. I just don't know if it's working or not. Cause it's showing. Oh, it works now? Wow. Okay. Well, let me redo my announcements then. Alright, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Greyhound. I'm Operator J up here driving to Wichita, Kansas. This bus has a few scheduled stops. Our first stop will be in San Antonio. After San Antonio, we'll be stopping in Austin, Waco, Fort Worth, and falling out in Wichita. Per federal rules and regulations, there's absolutely no draws, no alcohol tolerated at any time on this bus whatsoever. That includes in the bathroom. If your car is seat within your ride will be terminated. For your convenience, this coach is equipped with power outlets, Wi-Fi, and a restroom. If you'd like to use a restroom, you have children, we ask that you escort them and hold on to the seat so that you don't fall. Ground will not be allowed in front of the fallen passengers while this bus is in motion. If you have any devices, such as cell phones, a bus didn't route me to San Antonio like I asked it to. So I do want to apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. If you're going to San Antonio, you can board the next bus going on. That bus isn't even full. Bus is almost empty pretty much. You'll be able to board the next bus. Again, this is Austin, Texas. I do apologize again. What time is 3:30? All right, so what I'm finna do right now, I'm about to buy a new engine real quick. I'm about to buy a new engine real quick. Hold on. One second. What's in my cart? All right. Okay. Cool. Matter of fact, give me one second, y'all. Okay. Buy with Google Pay. Oh, that doesn't work right. All right, give me one second, y'all. Hey, L, appreciate it. It's another Series 60, but it's like a I guess it's newer and it's more improved. But hey man, I'm really happy that I get to, make you enjoy me streaming and stuff like that. It means a lot for real, honestly. And like I said in many lives before, I take real pride in driving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'll ever drive for Greyhound in real life, especially where they are now as a company. But if I can do it virtually without putting my life on the line to do it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, I'll drive. You know what I mean? I won't have any issue doing it. Um, all right, y'all, I'm getting the mod down. Just downloading it up real quick. All right, bet. Got all my files ready. I'm excited to see how this sounds too, cause I really don't know. All right, bet. Now this bus looks really good, bruh. I'm not gonna lie. And my game crashed. Hold on, y'all. Wow, look at that. I wonder what the PepsiCo design would look like on that MCI. Should I do it? Actually, my bro did it. Because my bro AJ, he actually made a Pepsi kind of skin on there. What I want to do, I think my next skin goal with the MCI um is to make the bus have like stainless steel. All right, let's see how this. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Found it. I want to know it how I want to know how it sounds. How big a turbo are you going on it? Uh, I usually stick around four. So whenever I like to go older spec, I like to stick around like 430 to 40 horsepower. But whenever like I drive like, for example, like the Prevo skin bus, right? I'm pushing like 500 or 470, like 470, 500. I drive fast, man. I'm telling ya. I drive fast. Now, don't get it twisted. I do follow traffic rules at least 90% of the time. But I drive fast, man. My game's taking so long to load right now. It's pissing me off. Yes, sir. Let's see how it's gonna come out. Let's see how it's gonna come out. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Alright, bet. Um, disable all. Was it this one? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It should be this, right? Or yeah, open pack. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is the OG. These are OG DD60s. Oh my, yo, hold on. This might be crazy. Yo, yo. So this is what they had in like the DL3s and. Okay, okay. Hold on, hold on, man. All right. Let's see. You hear that? You heard that? That sounded mean. Wow, you look so beautiful, man. This bus looks amazing. I really did my thing on this bus too. Beautiful. All right, man. Let's pull off. It sounds different. Okay, hold on. Actually, what's the best way to get there? Yeah. I know where to go. What are you doing, man? This bus sounds really good. Ooh. Oh, you could tell I put my foot on the gas, huh? So y'all be knowing when I be putting my foot on the gas for real. This bus sounds really powerful. I could just imagine how much the 500 horsepower one will pull off. I'm not gonna lie. Soon I'm gonna have to go and grab some pizza for my family. So I'm gonna still stay live until I actually have to go. And I'm gonna just, I'll be back. I'll keep the live on, but we'll be here actually before that. I might just. This bus sounds hella clean. I'll make it available. Smart call. Alright, well let me just make the announcements now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Austin, Texas. This is Austin, Texas. We'll be having a I don't even give it time. We'll just be having a layover here. This bus will be getting service. Everybody will have to exit the coach. If you'd like to grab your belongings from under the bus and board the bus, please make sure you do so. If you have any garbage, please make sure to grab that as well. Again, this is Austin, Texas. We have a layover here. Thank you. recommend you to go to your audio settings. I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing. Pulling over here next to this person. Alright. Let me see. See what my mom's talking about. She's trying to get some pizza for us. Okay. Yeah, Z mods, yeah. So look, pay attention real quick. So if anybody's wondering how can I use the base game to simulate the best engine sounds for a bus. So this is just settings. This is just settings for you to turn down extra shit in the game that you don't need or that you wouldn't normally hear on a bus, right? So what you would do is you'd go to your audio settings here, and this is how I have my settings configured, right? So I have my engine at 88, I have my exhaust at 30. The reason why I have my exhaust at 30 is because on a bus you're gonna hear some of that, raspiness, but you're not gonna hear too much of that. And especially because I have an older engine in the Series 60, you're gonna hear some of that. You feel me? So I decided to put it at 30 because I think it sounds perfect at 30. Now, if you want a little less raspiness, and by the way, this is all just personal. But if you want a little less raspiness, I say go down to at least 15. At least 15. And, work around 15 to 30. Because unless you're using a bus that already has, unless you're using a bus and the engine sound is already low because the bus is in a real bus you don't hear everything, especially newer coaches is relatively quiet. If you have a mod that's already like that, you don't really need to change any settings. But for those whose engine sounds like a truck, these are my recommended settings, right? So my turbo is at 85. My truck effects volume, which is air brakes and all that stuff, is at 57, and my truck noise volume, which is the tires, is at 46. And so when you're driving on the highway, you'll get a little extra more ambience from the tires. I also have some more sound effects from Z mods. I use Z mods a lot. I highly recommend Z mods. For some reason, I don't know why this, I don't know why this is, I don't know. Interior sounds is at 29. Radio volume is at 100. I use my radio volume, so if we go here, right, I can show you a couple more things too. So if we go to my media, right, this is radio. I have two radios. You're probably familiar. This is like my ambience, quiet AC, a little bit of chatter. And then I forgot to change the name, but this is like my loud blowing AC. So basically what I'm trying to show y'all is there's ways that you can improve your immersiveness by the base game itself, with your settings, with your radio, and stuff like that. Obviously you could turn the radio down. And I think that's pretty much about it. If anybody plays on wheel, I guess I could go over my settings for those as well. So I use a Moza R3 base, and I use the Moza truck wheel. And I also had the T clamp. Well, not the T clamp, the truck clamp. But as far as settings go, I drive real automatic. I have my steering sensitivity at 150, steering polarity at 0.25, and my animation rate is at 1800. For my controller feedback, which is your force feedback, I have it at 100. For overall gain, is at 70. Centering at low speed 50, internal friction 40. Internal friction is just like how hard it is to turn the wheel. Engine renaissance, I have it at 4% because I don't like to drive and I don't feel like I'm driving. Like I don't like driving and feel like I'm floating. So engine renaissance just make your wheels shake just a little bit. So I just and it also is kind of like relaxing, kind of like massaging, I guess, in a way. Terrain surface, I wouldn't put this up any higher than 20% like the game says, because if you start going on a bumpy road or something, it's gonna be painful. Bumps 100, collisions 100, all of these things is at 0, and that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So I ain't gonna lie, this bus look clean, bro. This bus looks super clean. I do want to I gotta change the texture for this one. I gotta make for some reason I can't make the I can't make the top of my bus white. I wish I could, but for the AI vehicles, like the park buses that you see here, the ones that I can't technically drive, you can change it from black to white or whatever color you want. So I'm gonna do that soon because it looks way better all white than black top. And also, I don't know why, but I couldn't put the little red and blue strips on the windows. I love looking at this bus, man. I love looking at this coach, man. Yeah, I'm gonna be leaving out in 10 minutes per my mom, so I guess I'll just park in here and then I guess I'll start the vehicle. Yeah, I guess I can just go over a few things. I just feel like there's no point of driving if I have to stop in the middle of the driving. So I'll probably go over. I'm gonna go over a few things. That was perfect. That was a perfect entry. Camera around. See the bus. All right. So now, before I get out of here, is there anybody that has any questions concerning anything else that I have? Also, can you put the dog on top like they used to have? Sure, I could do that. I just can't do that for. I can't do it for any drivable MCI bus I have. Anything that you see black, like this, like the roof is not supposed to be black, because you can see you can see my hatches are white, so this means this whole entire top is supposed to be white, but I can't change that for some reason. Also, another thing I wish I could do was take, you see this black here and this black here right above the windshield, right? If I was able to make that white, I would be able to do so, I would be able to make this bus look even more closer to like a G model or something, or a D4505. Like I'd even put like that little light that the D4505s had. I think the older J's had it too, but they had like one more light right here in the middle. I would have done that too. But this is as good as I can get at this point. And you can even see I painted over the lights. Like you see how the AIs, the lights are red. I even painted over the lights just so I can add these here and give it a little illusion from a distance, right? So if I turn the lights off, right, it gives it that illusion kind of. See, it gives it that nice little illusion. Oh yeah, I definitely turned off the bus. Yeah, of course, bro. Also, I think I don't know if I said this multiple times already, but I'm gonna be putting out mods, guys. I'm gonna be putting out mods. So, guys, you can clap your hands, you can pat your backs, pat your shoulders, clap your knees, slap your knees, clap your ankles, whatever you want to say. Tap dance. I'm gonna be dropping mods very, 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 very soon. And I'm excited to see how that does. What's up, Dream Team? What's up, Brody? Let me see. You know what's funny? Yesterday I seen somebody. I seen the guy who made that. Who modded the MCI into American Truck Simulator. He actually updated his skins after he seen me update it, and I thought it was kind of funny because if we take a look at his version, it looks pretty bad compared to like mine. And I'm not trying to like shit on him or nothing, you know, but he was giving me such a hard time about a bus that was free. A bus that was free. He was giving me a very hard time just to acquire this. So, I mean, I ended up getting it myself. Um, but yeah, he posted his version of the skin. The skin looks horrible. Like this dog was down. The dog was down here. This was like out of proportion. The dog was like up here. This dog was like up here. Like it just looked terrible. It looked terrible. But yeah, I'm about to leave, guys. So I'll be back in a minute. About to just run the Domino's down the street. Let me put layover on the screen, and I'll be back. I'm coming, mom. All right. All right, I'm back. Actually, I'm gonna run to the bathroom and I'll fully be back. Hold on. All right, guys, I'm back. All right, let me mark my stops. Okay. Waco. I want to go instead of Fort Worth. I want to do Dallas, but like both of these stations aren't anything too special. Like, I guess I'll just go to Greyhound. I'll go here. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna go here. And by the way, guys, I've basically like bought out every company, so like you might see a Greyhound in every company. I don't care for Tornado. I mean, I'm not saying they're bad companies, but like I personally just don't care for them. Like I don't care for like Tornado or anything. Like I just don't care. So I bought them out. Anyway, let's see, Oklahoma City. Yo, this game is weird. Let me try this one more time. Witcher, this is our first stop. Well, it's our last stop. And my game crashes. Nice. Nice. Alright, let's restart it. But yeah, I live in like the northeastern area, like New York, Connecticut. And I'll say, it looks really nice outside. Especially when it starts snowing, bruh. Like, not crazy blizzard snow, but when it is just, it's coming down a little bit. It looks nice and it feels good too, kind of. Feels good. Hey, Richard, I'm not gonna lie. I barely could understand what you're saying, only because, like, the grammar, like, you said, get the down there snow started down here this morning. I do get what you said the last time, though, for sure. All right. Okay. Waco, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, and Wichita. Oh, okay, yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So, this is what I'm trying to do. So, in terms of the coast to coast, that mod is probably dead, everybody. The mod is probably dead. Now, I will say I can still go back and I can drive and do the same routes I was doing before. But I've spoken to the dude and it's not really his fault that he's having difficulties with him, but he's basically telling me like because of circumstances regarding the mod itself and how it keeps causing conflict with the game version. He said he doesn't think that he thinks that it's basically he's basically gonna throw it in the trash. Now I asked him before, I said, can you maybe just work on it for me personally or something like that? And he said if he does anything, it'll have to wait. So for right now, I'm not even worried about the coast to coast map anymore. Right now, my main focus is on bringing more terminals to the base map. And so I've contacted him and I want to work with him and I want to make something together. I feel like we should work as a team. I feel like it's only right if you have the best driver on YouTube, the most realistic bus operator on YouTube, and the only American bus operator on YouTube for American Truck Simulator. I feel like we should be working together as a team. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. He didn't text me back yet, but hopefully we could work together and do things for the base map.